So this video is dedicated to Mr. Rohit Kumar. He has sent me this email, so I want to answer these three questions. So he writes, Dear Rohit, hope you are doing fine. You are doing a great job. You are empowering us through your quality contents. I have been following your channel since last 6 months, and it has helped me a lot in understanding and implementation of concepts of Mark Minervini and William O'Neill. What he's saying is correct. My channel is best suited for those who have spent some good time reading books written by Mark Minervini and William O'Neill, because I myself am a student of Mark Minervini and William O'Neill. I consider myself a student of both of these teachers, and I have studied their material in detail. And when I speak on my YouTube channel, my effort is to simplify what I have understood, not simplify what they have taught, but I just try to simplify what I have understood from my whole trading journey. That is my effort. So I'm glad that it is helping subscribers like you. Next, I have a query regarding taking entry in the stock on the day of the breakout from a proper base. Number one, shall we take entry on a pre-decided rate? Yes, of course. If you are taking a trade on the daily time frame chart, there is a proper buy point. If you are taking a trade on the weekly time frame chart, there is a pivot point. There is a difference between a buy point and a pivot point, which I have explained on my YouTube channel. So what you can do is you can go to my channel, just write here pivot. Here, if you see here, there is a video pivot point versus buy point. So in the search, just write pivot point versus buy point. The buy point is on the daily time frame chart. Pivot point is in the weekly time frame chart. So there is a specific pre-decided rate. That's the question here. So on the daily time frame chart, from the pre-decided rate, you go up 1% and you try to pick up the stock in that 1% band. On the weekly time frame chart, from the pivot point, there is a 5% band. You try to pick up the stock in that band. So of course, there is a pre-decided rate. What if it opens above it? Well, if it opens above the pivot point or the buy point, then of course there is risk in that trade. Ideally, the stock should open below the pivot point or the buy point and then start moving up on high volume so that we get a proper high volume breakout. The problem with the stock opening above our buy price, planned buy price, is that if it opens above our price and if we buy and suddenly on high volume it starts to crash, you quickly begin to lose money, right? We don't want that to happen. So which means when a stock opens above the buy point, you become aware of the fact that you are incurring risk. And when you become aware of the fact that you are incurring risk, you either don't get into the trade, or if you want to get into the trade, you go in with a small position size and with a tight stop loss. So in trading, there is no such thing as a yes no question. People ask me, should I buy this stock? That's a yes no question. The right question to ask is, what is the risk being presented to me? So, for example, if you look at this question, what if it opens above it? Well, this is about more risk. More risk means more precaution to be taken. More risk means tight stop loss to be kept and position size to be reduced, or avoid the trade altogether. Now, what risk you should take personally, that's a very personal choice. There are some traders who want to take that risk. There are some traders who don't want to take the risk. So risk is a very personal choice. Number three, can we look at the intraday chart to take entry? Of course, the answer is yes. You have to look at the 15-minute chart. If yes, what should be the time frame? 5, 10, 15, 20-minute candle. The answer is 15-minute candle. You can go to the 15-minute chart and look for volume. So for example, on my channel, you write how to execute, yeah, how to execute a trade. You see this video, in this video, I explain how to take a trade on the day of the breakout on the 15-minute candle. So if we go to a daily time frame chart, like you take any chart, okay? So this is the chart of Paytm. Now, by the way, I am a SEBI registered research analyst. So please read my standard disclaimers on my YouTube video description. I don't provide any advice or buy sell recommendations. You look at this is a daily time frame chart. Okay. The moment I write 15 here, wait, I just type 15. So these are daily candles, these are daily volume bars. The moment I write 15, suddenly this becomes a 15-minute candle and this becomes a 15-minute volume bar. So the same conditions apply if the volume at the breakout. So let's say you have a yellow line. Say, for example, this was your breakout candle and you have this yellow line. Okay. So this is your yellow line. Stock is breaking out on a high volume. So volume high means it is above the blue line. If you see that the stock is breaking out on high volume, that's the time you will have probably you will have another yellow line here, something like this, maybe 1% distance. So in that band, if the volume you see as high, that is the time to enter the stock. Now, what position size to enter, that is your choice. It depends on what risk you want to take. Now, risk is very personal. Someone who has some medical emergency in their house, or someone who doesn't have any savings, or someone who is expecting some family expenses in the future, that person cannot take too much risk. But if someone has dedicated an amount to the stock market, he doesn't want to touch that amount for the next 5, 10 years, that person has a higher ability and willingness to take risk. So that will decide your risk appetite, and your risk appetite will decide your position size. Okay. So thanks in advance with regards Rohit Kumar. Thank you to Rohit Kumar for sending these questions. Once I answer these questions, I know that a lot of you might have the similar question in your mind. So I hope I was able to answer this question. If you need more clarification, just write to me. Keep sending me emails so that I can cover them on the channel. Thank you so much.